Ganador del premio Pulitzer en 2006, el reportero y editor de The Washington Post es también conocido por sus libros periodísticos sobre la guerra de Irak, Los buenos soldados y Gracias por su servicio. Sobre el oficio de contar historias que impacten al mayor número de audiencias, conversamos con él en la ciudad de Monterrey.
What has been going on in Mexico is so much a part of the life of everyone in Mexico that if you live here, you can't help but pay attention. It's an essential story to your day-to-day life. In the United States, both the Iraq wars and Afghanistan wars, much like previous wars, but especially with these two, have been very, very far away. They're not a war within the country. They're wars that have been fought by professional soldiers, volunteers, in these very distant countries. And not many American families have been directly involved in these wars. And it's hard to get people's attention in a story about a war that's been unpopular, very far away, and largely ignored. So the attempt in Thank You for Your Service, which is a book about what happens when you fought a war and come home, is to tell a story in a way that's so personal, that feels so personal, that people will feel involved and people will pay attention. Instead of ignoring something because it's far away, now what's happening is a version of what's happening in Mexico. It's a personal thing. It's next door. It's here. It's present. Well, the first thing they have to do is tell the truth and be honest and have no agenda. I don't want this to sound like a lecture, but it's the basics of journalism. Your job as a journalist is not to stand in judgment, it's to explain things in a way to help people understand. So whether it's the complicated, dramatic, horrendous story in Mexico or the story of these wars and after wars in the United States, the point of the journalist is to get as close as he or she can to be a witness, to see, and to write it in such a way that, number one, it's honest, it's true, and number two, it creates understanding in a reader. A good story doesn't just pass along information. It's reported in such a way that a reader not only learns something, but a reader feels something. And then that story has a better chance of staying inside somebody.
Noticias 22, Olin Buendía e Irma Gallo.